Hello, Tara. Thank you so much for your submission of the digital resume. I've read through your blogs up until today, and I've looked at the rest of the website. So you're using a Wix, which is what I use, and it's pretty straightforward. So you have your blog, and that's good. Now, if we look at the digital resume assignment again, you're going to want to add a couple of things and start kind of shoring up what the overall look and feel of the site is going to be. As you said, I think you said it's a work in progress. And yes, you just need to pay some attention to it. If you've made any changes, make sure you save and then publish them, and everything will be good. For example, you want to have an image somewhere, if not a picture of you, a picture of maybe something like your classroom, or I guess you don't have a classroom, but you want to add some images. You want to make this a representation of your personality. You might take a look at some of your peers and see what they're doing. You can look at mine, and you can kind of peruse around. You're going to want to have a place for the answers to those 5 questions. So, as you're reading all of this material and you're taking your notes and you're considering this, how do you answer those 5 questions? What is good teaching? What is good learning? Who is the educated person? What is worth knowing? And ultimately, what is the purpose of school? We can use those 5 questions to frame a philosophy of social studies education. We can consider the use of technology, of primary documents, of all of the methods and the ideas that we're reading about the concept of dangerous citizenship or the power of inquiry. What does that all mean for you as a developing social studies teacher? How are you pulling this all together? How are you synthesizing this into something new? You're going to create and you're going to write. Or maybe you'll record your philosophy of education. You could record it as a collection of 5 videos, or you might record one video and then augment that or enhance that video with the written word. Um, you can be as creative as you can come up with to answer that. So you've got your blogs, and that's good. You got 3, so you're going to want to write you're going to have a couple more to write. I would also encourage you in the blogs themselves, let's begin to drop in some hyperlinks, maybe some images. Let's take it to that next level. Let's also incorporate a couple of the readings. So you're in these, you're writing about like one article here from Lowen, but what about the others that we read, the other cultures of curriculum perhaps? Can you have the articles talk to each other? And you've got a couple more blogs to write. So as you move forward, see if you can't have those articles talk to each other as if they're sitting at the dining room table. Well, I don't know. My family didn't really talk at the dining room table. Whatever it takes. Put them around whatever table or gathering where they can talk to each other and have the articles talk to each other and find the through line and engage and provide some thinking about how you're developing through the use of this literature as a social studies teacher. Maybe dropping in some images. You could have dropped in a picture of Lowen. You could have maybe pulled something out when you're talking about dangerous citizenship or the power of inquiry. You can add some images to kind of support the promise of a blog. And you can also think, like, how might you use a blog in your classroom with your students? Blogs are expressions of voice, and it gives students choice in how they represent those thoughts. It doesn't always have to be the written word. They could create an image, they could draw, they could mix or match, they can mash up multiple images to produce, we call it a collage or whatever you're thinking. They could record, they could audio, video. There's a lot of options that the media, this medium of the internet allows us to draw on, this multimedia representation of their thoughts or your thoughts. And let's also see if we can't dive a little deeper. Now, the textbook culture was short. The dangerous citizenship, however, was a little more lengthy, and I felt you dove into it. It felt like you really grasped that and were able to express and dig in a little more. And so let's take that and let's run with it. Let's engage. Let's explain. Let's explore. Let's elaborate. Any chance where you're thinking, "Ooh, did I really say enough there? Give me some more." I will always push. I know many professors will say less is better, be concise. I like the written word. I like to hear your thoughts. I like the ideas. Now, I don't need like flowery language. You're not Jean-Jacques Rousseau or um, uh, Nell Noddings writing about education, but I'd like to hear more of your thoughts and your views. So I think what I would suggest is make a place on the Wix site for a representation of who you are, a place for your purpose. You're going to want to have a place for you to post your lesson plans, your digital story, anything you're thinking about as far as the podcast is concerned. And you also might even have a section for assignments we've done in class, like writing your own culture of curriculum or the posts that we do on the Padlet. So maybe you have a section on here for technology. Maybe you could say, hey, here's some technology that I've used. This is a digital tool. This is called Flipgrid. This is Padlet. This is a blog. You might have a place where you discuss the use of technology in the social studies classroom. So take a look at the assignment guide and let's begin to hunker down and make use of this time we've got coming up. And let's flesh out this website, this digital resume. I like what I'm seeing. You have a good foundation. We just need to keep on going, okay? Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help, and I'm happy to give any advice on style or look if you need it. But I don't think you do. So, all right, Tara, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time in class and the effort. I've really enjoyed your insights, and your responses have always been thoughtful and engaging, and I appreciate it. So keep that up, please. Thanks.